I wish I knew how to fade in an image on OBS, but I don't. So, it's a quick cut to me. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. You know who I am. I'm Jonny Atma, the brains behind GaMetal. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, morning, evening, whatever time it is where you live. I know we have people all across the world tuning into the GaMetal channel, mostly in the US, but I know there's some of you out there in different countries, which I think is really cool. Let me know if everything looks okay, sounds okay. I've been doing pretty good with the stream's quality lately, so I think we might be good. From Quebec, that's interesting. Pac band. Oh, guys, so I know I just did a live stream 2 months ago in December. You know, every time I do these, I have something to reveal for you, and I do have something to reveal for you today. No, it's not. It's yeah, if you've been following me for a few years now, you probably know it's about time for the one and only GaMetal VIII album is about to be in literally a few seconds as soon as I hit this publish button. Here we go. GaMetal VIII, GaMetal VIII, is now up on GaMetal.bandcamp.com. And for those that don't know what this is, let me grab a link for you so I can stick it in the description box really quick. There it is. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Roman numeral line of albums, alright, it should show up there in the description in a second. It's there on Bandcamp. For those that are not familiar with the Roman numeral line of albums, this is just all of the 2018 songs combined into one download for you guys, kind of like an album format with the album art. For those of you that have been getting the stuff on Spotify and iTunes, the 4 artworks that were used for part 1, 2, 3, and 4 are also included in the download. Did I include them on here? On Bandcamp? I thought I did. I'll have to stick those up later. You know, I think I put it in the Patreon download, not this one. I'll fix it later. But yeah, those will be up there soon. Anyways, what this is just all the 2018 songs in one download, so you can just download them all at once. Every year, we have some bonus tracks to go along with these. Usually, they're remasters of old songs. This time, we have 4 bonus tracks, and those are... Let me play one. Ah, crap. I just froze my iTunes, probably. I found out why my iTunes keeps freezing. Oh well. Anyways, the 4 bonus tracks are a remaster of Acoustic Citadel, which we did on GaMetal VIII, and Gangplank Galleon, which was also on GaMetal VIII. Those are both remastered in the 2019 sound. Those are available as bonus tracks. There's also 2 other bonus tracks. There is a Unknown From Me instrumental arrangement and a Courtney Gears Death to Squishies vocal arrangement. And basically, I threw in a few new verses, and yeah, it's more like a song now rather than with the original remix. I did it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I went into the vocal thing for like the last part of the song. The whole thing is a vocal song now. So for those that love that song, which me personally is one of my favorites from last year. Those are your bonus tracks, and you get the bonus tracks if you download the album in its entirety. As always, the album is completely free with an option to leave a contribution if you want. If you can't afford it or don't want to, just put in $0 and there you go, it's free. You don't have to pay for it unless you want to. Of course, contributions are very, very appreciated. Yep, always free, always free. You guys will always get the songs for free. Unless, of course, you're a patron, in which you have decided to contribute. So let's go ahead and get my Patreon spiel out of the way. Patreon. What was I going to say? I usually take note or like write out notes for each stream, but I didn't do it for this stream because I don't really have a lot to talk about. So yeah, Patreon, for you guys that really want to go the extra mile to help support myself and GaMetal. I'm only able to do this full time because of the income I've made, mostly from Patreon. YouTube is starting to get to a point where it's kind of enough, but not really. But I've only been able to do everything I've been able to do. We did 49 songs last year, and the year before that it was like 54. So I've only been able to do that because of the contribution and support I've received on Patreon. So if you really want to go on the extra mile to help out myself, and you also get some cool rewards in the process, check out the GaMetal Patreon page. It's patreon.com/ it might be Jonny Atma. It's in the description. But go check that out for me. Give it a read. Consider becoming a patron, and I will greatly appreciate that. So, let's see. Other news to talk about, and then I'll get to your questions. Like I said, I don't really have a ton to talk about today. I just really wanted to get the GaMetal VIII thing out there for you. The next big thing in the works is coming soon. Side Quest Volume 2, I discussed this on the last live stream a couple months ago. It's getting there. It's almost there. I wanted to get it out this month. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, unfortunately. For those that are patrons, you will get the album before everybody else in its entirety. When it's complete, I will be uploading all of the songs like within a 2 to 3 week time span, hoping to have that up next month in March. So that way I can get these April Fool's songs done for you guys too. So yeah, once this is complete, patrons will get it first before everybody, and then we'll release each song like maybe, I think when we did Side Quest 1, it was like one song, skip a day, one song, skip a day, one song, skip a day, stuff like that until we were finished. So yeah, there'll be 10 new songs coming for you within a very short time frame. And then once all the videos are up, the album will be posted on Bandcamp. And, excuse me, also on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. So, and for those that aren't familiar with the Side Quest album line, this will officially make it a line, having a second one. It's just a bunch of random songs that we pulled from the Patreon request list to celebrate a milestone. We hit the milestone a really long time ago, so I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible because I've been putting it off for far too long. So yeah, it's like 10 almost random songs that came from the request list. But I will say, don't get me wrong, I loved the track list on Volume 1, but I think the track list on Volume 2 really blows it out of the water, to be honest with you. Side Quest 2, yeah, coming soon. And then just 3 quick little things just to kind of throw it out there for you before I get to your questions. Atmacoustics channel, I'm putting a lot more work into this this year, especially once I get done with Side Quest 2. So go check that out if you like the little acoustic things I do on the end cards. Link should be in the description, and it has a lot of cool little loops, so you can set them to loop on whatever player you're using to listen to them, and they'll loop seamlessly for as long as you want. That's Atmacoustics. I need to get back on Twitch. I keep saying, like, I'm gonna stream more on Twitch. I stream games on Twitch if you want to follow me there and play with me. I tend to only play stuff I can only play with everybody else because, you don't want to watch me play Mario, do you? But yeah, so follow me there. Eventually I will get back to streaming on Twitch. We do stuff like Smash Bros and Jackbox games and stuff like that. And last but not least, Discord is in the description if you want to come join us there. I'm there most of the time. Freaking Discord released an update recently that made it stop working on Mavericks, which is one of the Mac OSs. So I have to use it on browser form now. So I'm like constantly popping in and out, as opposed to where I was having it open 24/7. But I'm there most of the time, and I always check in and make sure if anybody's asked me anything. And of course, if you have anything you want to ask me that I don't get to in this stream, I have an Ask Jonny channel there, and you're free to ask me whatever you want. Within reason. Don't be crazy or disgusting or anything. Whoops, wrong thing. Okay, so like I said, don't have a lot of news to talk about. Just wanted to plug GaMetal VIII, out now on GaMetal.bandcamp.com. It's free. You can leave a contribution if you'd like. Completely up to you. Let me take a quick swig. And now I can look at chat. I used to have this bad habit where I was doing the news and I was reading chat at the same time. I kept interrupting myself. So, you all have my full focus now. I will answer as much as I possibly can. Again, if I don't get to you, I'm sorry. It's not that I hate you. It's just that the chat tends to move very fast, and so it's hard for me to answer everything. Is there going to be physical copies of your album? Dreamland Invasion had a physical. SideQuest 1 had a physical. SideQuest 2 will have a physical. The reason I haven't done physicals for the Roman numeral line, 5, 6, 7, and now 8, is because it would be very expensive because they would be multi-disc. I think GaMetal VIII would be 2 discs, and then 6, 7, and 8, I believe, would all be 3 discs, which costs a significant amount more to get made. And considering I still have Dreamland Invasion albums left over, I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. But I would like to eventually in the future get physicals made for the Roman numeral line. It's just going to be a minute. So, but for the smaller albums that are going to be 1 disc, like SideQuest 2, they will have physicals. How's the ballot going? I hope you're not putting too much stress on yourself. Sander, Val CKX. Also, let me pull up my super chat thing. Make sure I don't miss anything, because that's top priority for me. Okay. What was the question? Oh, the ballot. The 2019 ballot is it's over. All 1,400 entries I've received from you guys. I've done a fair bit of analysis on it. I'm still looking at it and listening to new stuff every day. What I have, the most important things that I've gathered is what the most requested, of course, song is, what the most requested series are, and especially like requested series that we haven't done yet that had like a high amount of entries. I'm also paying attention to. So I am going to do a lot of those songs from the ballot this year. We did Life Flight was like, I think it was number 3. I think it finished number 3. It was 3 or 4. We did Darkest Lord. Before the ballot closed, Darkest Lord was 3 or 4. The other top 2 songs, they're gonna come sometime this year. Really, like, I want to get as much from the top of list from the ballot done as possible, but I also want to throw in some stuff from the ballot that, you know, is just like a really cool suggestion, because I don't want to pay attention to just what's popular. I want to also throw in stuff that, you know, deserves to be remade. Not necessarily because it's the most popular song ever, but just because it's a cool song and no one's done it. So, we do Smash with viewers on Twitch. Yeah, I do that, Pac-Man. I do that. And with Smash 4, I did it a lot. I'm trying to do it more with Smash Ultimate, but I just haven't had time. I've been working on so many things at once that I've had very little time to do. Extracurriculars like Twitch and all that. Will you ever do Super Mario RPG? Well, you know, you had the Super Mario RPG medley a few years ago that I do want to remake eventually. I just don't know when. I got to get to the other big stuff first. Life Flight was 3. I think 4 was from that one series with 2 popular requests. Trying to be vague here. Yeah, I think you're right, Mario. I think you're right. Pixel Plus, my main is Pit and Dark Pit. I've been playing with the Ice Climbers a lot just because I think people are sleeping on them, and I want to get really good with them. It's a really fun character, but it took me forever to get comfortable with them. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me today. I got just burping just constantly. When is a Hollow Knight song coming out? Why are you triggered, Maxwell? It'll happen. I will say Hollow Knight was one of the most requested series in the ballot, so I'll say that much. Kisharo, thanks for the 20. I'm gonna mess it up again. I always mess it up, man. It's either pounds or euros, and I think it's pounds. Hi, Senpai. Hope you're having a good Valentine's Day. Hope you are too. Question I have is, when looking at the comment section, do you ever get exhausted at looking at them for whatever reason it may be? Anyway, hope the rest of your day is going well. You too, Kishiro. I don't get exhausted for reading comments. I'm happy that most of the comments are positive. You know, obviously I don't expect 100% of the comments to be positive, but a fair amount, a very, very, very fair amount of the comment section in my videos is positive. That isn't like not including like song requests, because you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of hate, and That's cool, man. I appreciate you guys being cool in the comment section. So it never gets exhausting for me. Have you ever scrapped a song midway through development? A squared. It's been a while since I've done that. I haven't done that in a few years, really. With the way I have things set up now, I'm picking so many songs and confirming them way in advance, both from the Patron request list and from YouTube requests, and now the ballot, that I don't start working on a song and just drop it midway through now. Back in the day, like Battle on the Big Bridge, I had that like halfway done. That was like in 2013, I think. I think I had the bass line recorded and the drums recorded. And I don't know, I just never got around to finishing it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because Battle on the Big Bridge last year is one of my favorites that we did last year. It just turned out really well, in my opinion. So that's one. Another one I dropped, there was a Super Mario RPG song that I actually had a lot done to. It was the normal boss battle theme, fight against a somewhat stronger monster. Man, I had drums, bass, rhythms, and I think some leads recorded, and I just didn't like the way it was turning out, so I just scrapped it. But that again, I think that was like a 2013 song. So those got scrapped. But I don't really do it anymore. Oh, Luke! Hey, Johnny, can't wait to start JJJ2 with your stuff. Thanks, Luke, and thanks for the $2, man. More songs for Splatoon. Christian Sanchez Silva. Yeah, of course. There's a song from the ballot that I'm eyeing on doing this year from Splatoon 2. So, and I still haven't played Splatoon in a minute, but still a very big fan of the game. Are you planning on playing Live Live? I can't wait to listen to that Megalomania remix. I haven't played it. I don't know if there's like a translation for it or what, but I know Megalomania is the top song requested from that game, and I know a lot of you have been requesting it since it was in Super Nintendo Medley, and that was like in 2015, so I've been considering it, don't worry. Oh, have you heard of two music remixing YouTubers named Retrospector and Kamex Chiri Sinicio? I missed it, it went off the screen. I've heard of Kamex, I haven't heard of the other one. Kamex is really good. I don't know who the other one is, I'm sure he's great too. Have you ever considered doing Persona 5 music? Well, thanks to the ballot, now I have. Yeah, man, I know a lot of people want Persona stuff, and I can pretty much assure you that's going to happen soon. With Joker being announced for DLC for Smash, that really sent the Persona request through the roof, so it's gonna happen. Alfie Red. Johnny Atma, can I have advice for playing keyboard? When I play, I get addicted, but sometimes I get lazy. I don't want to give up. I've only been playing for 2 weeks. The thing that I think helps spice up when I get bored with an instrument, which I do, like I go through phases where I get really into guitar and just start learning, and then I get sick of it, and then I'll do the same thing for drums, and then I might do the same thing for bass. Learn new stuff and like kind of go out of your comfort zone a little bit and really work on improving. That really helps like trigger something in your mind that like it releases endorphins that make you really enjoy what you're doing. Nothing really makes me love playing guitar more than learning something new. So that's what I'd recommend to you, is learn something new on the keys as often as you can, and then get really good at it, and just have fun. Don't kill yourself over it. Can I play a double bass like a guitar? You mean the big tall one? No. About how long do you usually spend working on songs per day? Flameblade, hours. Yeah, I spend, like, I don't spend all day working on things because there's so many different things and aspects into what I'm doing. I had to practice, I at least practice guitars and drums a little bit, sometimes bass. I really don't practice keyboard as much as I should. But yeah, and then I got to work on acoustic stuff too. Then I got these album stuff on the side, which I guess goes into working on songs. And then like outside of that, it's like responding to people's emails and comments and interacting with people, and then of course taking breaks to play Smash Bros. But yeah, hours a day, man, hours a day. A lot more time than I used to. Like, I used to be able to finish a song in 3 days, but my songs were also a lot simpler back then. Like, if you listen to the remastered Gameplay Galleon and Cossack Citadel on the GaMetal VIII album, you'll hear, like, it's a lot more simple than what I do now. And it's not really the playing that is more simple, it's just the background stuff I have going on, stuff like that, the layering. It's a lot more complex than I used to do. But, it just came with experience, I suppose. You planning to make a GaMetal remix of Charging Clash, Final Bowser theme from Bowser Jr.'s Journey, Hammer Pro? I haven't heard it. I'll have to check it out. Why remix Wario Deluxe, Birds Angry? Maybe. There's a Wario song that got a lot of votes on the ballot. I can't remember what it was, but I can't remember if it was from Wario Deluxe or not. Alex? Did I think about doing Lying Coldly from Ace Attorney's Investigation? Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, actually I have. That was a song. I actually stuck that in a poll on Patreon. And, what won? I think I did like an Ace Attorney themed poll. And that was one of the songs on there. It didn't win. I can't remember if it was Wanting to Find the Truth or the one we just did, Pressing Pursuit Cornered, that won that poll. I don't remember. Oh, I missed 2 donations, did I? I'm so stupid. Thank you for telling me. Kishoro, I missed a donation. Rub! Hope you're having a happy day. Hope you are too, man. Are you going to play Final Fantasy IX on Switch? Do it for your Final Fantasy IX fans. Yes, I am going to play Final Fantasy IX on Switch because I always mention how I'm an old school Final Fantasy fan. I've played 1 through 8, and whenever I bring that up, people always tell me you need to play 9. You would love 9. Now that it's on Switch, I do plan on getting it and playing through it because I want to see what all the hype is and hopefully enjoy it. People always tell me I would like it, so I am going to give it a shot. Alfie Red, how do I feel about doing fan songs like from fan games? I'm not opposed to it if it's a popular request. If it's not so popular, I don't know, maybe. But yeah. Hey Johnny, when do I get that stick fight stream you owe me, Mario Mania? You know, I was thinking about that game the other day. I was like, that stick fight game was fun. I'll see if I can do one for you soon, man. Are you the one that gifted that to me? You like Kirby, how about the theme of Derote Squeak Squad Victor? Maybe. There are a few Kirby songs I want to get to before I would get to that. One in particular, and then a couple others kind of in particular. Do I plan on making any other tracks with Spiral Knights? Beta Sigma Omega? Nothing in the plans at the moment, but I wouldn't keep it off the table. So, maybe. I think the boss theme was the most remixable one that I've heard, but, I haven't sat and listened to the whole thing, so. Cheetos, what motivates you to keep going in the making of GaMetals? This is going to sound like, oh, of course you would say this, but you guys are what motivates me to keep making GaMetal. That, and now that it's my main source of income, like, I kind of have to. But, that aside, like you guys do, I do this to make you all happy, and that's why I do weird, obscure stuff too, because I know that even though not every single person is going to love it, there's going to be that little small sect of people that are like, oh my god, he did this song from Spiral Knights, or what was the one before that? A Romantic Saga a little bit. It's kind of in that same field. So yeah, I just want to make you guys happy because you guys have done so much for me. So again, it sounds really cliche and cheesy, but you guys are what keeps me going. I do love you, Weber. Have heard the new Dark Star battle theme. You mean the new In the Final? Or something else? Yeah, Kishoa Romancing Saga is very popular in Japan. Not here in the West, though, unfortunately. But it is getting a localization very soon. I think I can do Ashley's theme and call a female voice to sing. Well, I will say, if I ever were to do Ashley's theme, I wouldn't sing it. I know I did Lifelight, but I'm not about to do Ashley's theme. That's just wrong. So, I've actually considered that in the past, so we'll see. Valentine's Day special is coming back this year. It's not going to happen today because I still have to finish it. But for those that aren't familiar with the old Valentine's Day specials, I let my wife choose a song, and she's chosen a song I'm gonna reveal it on Patreon later. So that's gonna be coming this month, very soon. It's a bit obscure, but it's a very cool song. How about Pac-Man Part from Pac-Mania? That'd be a cool one. Beta Sigma, how long does it usually take to remix a single song? Somebody asked this at like the very top of the stream in chat, and I answered it, but I answered it in like 2 sentences. It depends on the song. Like, it really, really depends on the song, because there are some songs that can take me like 2 weeks. Like, Star Dream took me like almost 3 or 4 weeks, I think. Just because there was so much going on in that song. It was ridiculous. Whereas a song like Warship Noah from Bomberman, I did that in like 1 or 2 days. It's just easy song. So it just depends really on the song's difficulty, but typically for the average song, about 3 minutes in length, no more than a week. And then one thing I've been doing a lot lately is working on multiple songs at the same time, which is why you may have noticed, like, some months, like, there'll be, like, this little burst of 3 songs within the span of 2 weeks. I need to kind of cut that out. I need to space them out a little better, but, yeah. It's a lot easier for me to work on multiple things at a time and then get things finished really quick and throw them up for you. Excuse me. Diago, that's a good question. Can I upload older songs to Spotify? Yeah, what I'm thinking of doing, the reason I haven't done it yet is because it costs me like $10 per song to get those songs licensed, to get them on iTunes and Spotify. So in order to upload, like, say for instance, GaMetal VII, VII, that would cost me probably like $500 to put on Spotify and iTunes. That's why I haven't done it yet. I've been thinking about making kind of like a compilation of greatest hits or something. But we'll see. We'll see. Because I kind of hate to leave out the little songs too, because that's not fair to them. But we'll see. GaMetal theme, I know, guys, I know. I keep seeing people talk about World Revolving. I know, trust me, I know. I know about GaMetal's theme. Chat's going super fast. I need to pull up the real chat. I can do everything. I try, Green Glitch. I try. 64 Slider and Dire Docs. Those are good songs. What is my favorite Kirby remix that I've made or someone else has made? The favorite that I've made is probably Dirty and Beauty, but Star Dream and Highness were really good too. Do I love Dark Bowser's theme? I love it. It came on, it actually came on my Spotify the other day. And I was like, this is a pretty good song. Hope you don't mind me asking, Midnight, do you ever plan on making Final Fantasy VIII tracks? Yes, I love the Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, and it has some really good songs. I did the normal battle theme years and years ago when I made a comeback in 2013 and also in 2010. I think that's the only one I've done, right? That's not fair. Yeah, there are at least 2 songs, maybe 3 or 4 that I want to do from Final Fantasy VIII. So, it's going to be coming this year. Something from Final Fantasy VIII. I'm going to pull something. What's my favorite song? That's a hard choice to make, man. I always say my favorite video game song is Dancing Mad in its entirety, just because the composition is just absurd. Hello, Tito. I am doing well. I also forgot to mention in the ballot is that if you remake Dragon Ball FighterZ tracks, it would be interesting. Also, I'm glad you like the art I did. Yeah, are you the person on Discord that just... Your name starts with a C. I'm sorry, I forgot. You must be that person. But yeah, I would consider FighterZ if I hear something I like. Ooh. For all the request questions, most of the time the answer is probably. Nintendo Nerd! Another person asked this at the top of the stream, and I kind of answered it in a sentence. How many different instruments can I play? It depends how many you mean I can play well, and what you would define as well. Like, the ones I can play proficiently are, of course, guitar, drums, bass, keyboard. When I was in high school, I played tuba. I can play tuba pretty decently, I think. I also played trombone. I was kind of so-so at that. Not really awesome. I can kind of play the baritone too, but because you kind of know how to play a baritone if you can play tuba. You just got to learn how to adjust to the mouthpiece. I played violin in 5th grade, but I was terrible at it. What else? That's really it. You need that t-shirt. Where can you get it? Look on the channel, on any video page, there's the Teespring thing, and this should be on there. GaMetal Kirby shirt. This was designed by Stingy Bee. I don't know if she's here right now, but she did a fantastic job. I was like, I want to make a GaMetal Kirby thing. So she made this. Well, I designed this logo. Well, I took the font and kind of adjusted it. But she did the Kirby. She does a fantastic, the best Jonny Kirby. So. Are you playing any game right now? Speedwagon, Smash Ultimate. I played a little of that Tetris game that came out yesterday. That was pretty interesting. I love Tetris, but man, I wish they kind of went in depth on some of these advanced things, like, Rub with the 400 Rub donations. Rub. That's rubies, right? Not rubies. Rub. What is RUB? I'm thinking of rupees, not rubies. What is an RUB? I don't think it's $400. You saw me on Zero's stream once? Oh man, I bet he tore me up. I don't even use Wolf anymore, so that was like early days. I dropped Wolf for Pit. Are we getting tuba in the next GaMetal cover? Man, if I could afford a tuba, you bet. But they're super expensive. Rub is rubies? Are you sure? It's $6. Yeah. I know it's one of those things, kind of like yen, where the number is high, but it's not really like a ton of dollars. RUB from Russia. Okay. Hi, Joy. 10,000 rupees. Get a kiss from each of the great fairies. Thank you, everyone, by the way, who has been throwing down contributions for GaMetal VIII. I'm getting emails as we do this stream. So thank you. Shout out to Ivan, Philip, Calum. I think that was who I was talking about earlier. Norig. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, by the way. And Samuel. Thank you guys for the GaMetal VIII contributions. Are you drinking water right now? I kind of have 2 drinks, but this is the water. I think another Hat in Time remix would be amazing for 2019, said, I lost you in chat. Where'd it go? I just saw it. Whoever that was that said that, I agree with you. I think another Hat in Time remix would be pretty awesome, too. What's my wife like? She's a very charismatic person, let me say that. She's very good with people. She's better with people than I am. I'm like so-so. I'm just really nice. She knows how to talk. I learned all my talking skills from her. She's great though. I love her to death. You want to see more Toho remixes, Nintendo? I will say that you are in luck. And that's all I'll say. Any plan for an Atma Jr.? Not anytime soon, Sebastian. If I can help it. I have enough going on in my life right now with GaMetal stuff that that would just really sideline a lot of stuff. Not that I wouldn't love an Atma Jr. to death, but wish I could do Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. Those that was on the ballot a fair bit, so not off the table. Drunk Mage, what was the hardest GaMetal to play? Again, this comes down to instrument. This gets asked in the Ask Johnny channel a lot. And so I kind of have like an answer prepared for you. Excuse me, what is wrong with me today? I'm just, Okay. The hardest songs to play, it comes down to the instrument. For guitar, it's probably like Illusion or maybe the solo to Roving Tank in that old NES medley. Battle on the Big Bridge is probably the toughest I've done recently. The guitar work on there has a lot of crazy stuff. Believe it or not, the intro thing is actually pretty simple. It's the solo I wrote and the that part right there is like super freaking hard. That's probably the hardest I've done recently. But yeah, Illusion is pretty hard all around. For bass, it's probably either going to be the Lightning Battle intro or Gladion, just because it's so all over the place with the slap bass. And then for drums, it's either going to be physically, probably Nuclear Fusion, just because it's like fast-paced throughout the entire freaking thing. And technically Doom Dragon, because Doom Dragon is all over the place as far as time signature goes, because it's practically free time. Collaboration with Suko G, Alex Kuhn. I haven't spoken to him, but he's definitely somebody that would be cool to collaborate with if he'd be down, of course. PlayStation 1 medley. I've tossed that idea around a bit, but I think there's a couple other medleys I'd rather do before that, as far as consoles go. Because the thing with PlayStation 1 songs is a lot of them are pretty long. How does it make you feel when people call me Jonny with an H? Or you just mean like Jonny, like period? I don't mind the H, man. Like, people make the mistake all the time. But there is no H in Jonny. In my Jonny. In my world, Jonny. It's no H. Favorite solo from that I've written or somebody else has written? From somebody else, one of my favorite solos is the Under Glass Moon solo from Dream Theater that John Petrucci does. That's one of my personal favorites. That I've done, Darkstar Core, the Battle on the Big Bridge solo is really cool. Or in the final. I said Darkstar Core, I forgot I changed the name. The Courtney Gears solo is pretty cool too. There's a lot of cool ones in there. Yeah, I'm a big Dream Theater fan. Mostly like the older stuff, like Images and Words and stuff like that. Oh. What game am I most hyped for? Well, I'm playing a lot of Smash right now, but you know, now that that's out, it's not really being hyped for it as much as just enjoying it. That Link's Awakening thing that's coming out, that's gonna be pretty cool. What else is coming? Oh, Mario Maker 2. That reveal yesterday was pretty cool because I've been putting off buying Mario Maker for the longest time. Like, I've always wanted to get it, but like the Switch came out, I was like, I'm not playing my Wii anymore. They're probably gonna port it soon or eventually, and now we're getting Mario Maker 2, even better. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm probably most hyped for right now. Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Nope, just the rub. Yeah, I haven't played Hollow Knight, so I don't really know much about the whole thing that they just announced today. I've heard some of the songs, though, and they're pretty cool. Any obscure game songs you've been wanting to mix, bring them attention you feel they deserve? Dominique. Hekashia? I think that's what it is. There's a few. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But there's always a few games, especially ones that I've played like when I was a kid, that deserve remixes despite being obscure. A lot of older stuff, it kind of sucks, but it has to be considered obscure these days because they just don't get talked about much anymore. Like hell, Super Mario RPG stuff that isn't Forest Maze is kind of obscure at this point. Have you made any more songs with vocals apart from Courtney Gears? Says some random boy. Yeah, several. One Winged Angel. I had a brain freeze. Lifelight that just came out, of course. Lifelight, One Winged Angel, especially the new vocal arrangement on GaMetal VIII for Courtney Gears. Streets of New York from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think it's 2 from the NES. That has a short vocal bit in it. Sonic Fan Medley had a few different songs where I sung. Yeah, City Escape was one of them, Supporting Me, and what was that Shadow one? Long road when I finally hear that song. Never Turn Back. Never Turn Back. Something like that. Yeah, that one. Didn't I sing it? Oh, Unknown for Me. I sang that one. I tried to sing that one. What else? There's something else. If you want to count, if you want to count Egg Reverie, that kind of has vocals. That bop, bop, yeah, hey, go. And then there's something. Oh, Dancing Mad. Dancing Mad. I forgot all about Dancing Mad. That's like the most important one. Oh, Calamari Incantation. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one. Oh, but that's not really me. That's an inkling. Oh, don't forget that. Was there another from Bootar Body Pillow? You're funny. Will I be your Valentine tonight? Unfortunately, my wife is gonna be my Valentine for the night, so I can't be your Valentine. But I will say that I love you, and the Bootar Body Pillow will definitely be a solid substitute. Oh man. How did I get the idea to remix the Cheetah Men theme? Actually, I think it was brought up on Patreon when I was talking about April Fool's stuff. Because I think that was before the GaMetal Discord. Was it? Because that came out, that was 2017, right? No, I think it was around the time that GaMetal Discord was out. Because it's been around 2 years now, I think. It was either Discord or Patreon, someone gave me the idea. And then I made a poll on Patreon, and Cheetah Men ended up winning. And I'm glad it did, because it's a really cool song. It was 2017. It was around when the Discord was... Okay, yeah. Thanks, Kishoro. Thanks for the clarification. Oh, excuse me. By the way, I do try to answer questions from people I haven't answered yet. Cobalt, how am I so good at singing? Well, that's up for debate, because I've seen a few comments that might not agree with you. Just from singing for several years. It took a long time to get as decent as you would consider me to be now, but Ah, crap. I keep seeing questions and then they go off my screen and I have to pull up the actual chat window. Favorite GaMetal remix, Bandana Blue. That's too hard to answer because there's over 200 now. I always try to kind of go by what I've done recently and what I've been most happy with recently. I think the Lifelike covers turned out really well. Both the vocal and the instrumental, I think, came out exactly how I wanted them to. From last year, I really dig Battle on the Big Bridge, but I also just love that song. Darkest Lord came out really, really well. There was just a lot of good stuff that I'm proud of from last year. But yeah, one of my favorites all time, Dark Star Core, now in the final. I was always really happy with that one, and I really wanted to improve that sound quality, and I think I did so with the remake last year. That's always been one of my old favorites, as well as Dirty and Beauty, or Sullied Grace, whatever you want to call it. Just went and listened to the Lifelike cover. That was immense. Good job. Thank you, Tiger. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know my singing isn't for everybody, and that's cool, man. I understand. But for those that do, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, you have the instrumental remake. You have the instrumental arrangement. I covered all bases. I was like, I'm going to sing this song, and then I'm going to do an instrumental. Just for those people that can't stand my singing. And I think that was an excellent plan. Pepsi Man theme for April Fools. I'll think about it. I will say I do have one of the April Fool's songs decided, and I'm still deciding on the other one. Do you prefer remixing songs that aren't very metal or songs that you are already pretty metal? You know, I actually kind of prefer the ones that aren't already metal, because whenever I do hear a song that's already metal, like, it's hard for me to change it up enough to where, I don't know, like, I can add my own flavor to it, I guess. Like, it's more interesting to take something that wasn't metal before, especially, like, that's why I really like covering old stuff, like, from the NES era. because it was all that chiptune instrument and sound and all that stuff. So yeah, but I don't mind covering stuff that's already metal because sometimes it's really fun. Like You Will Know Our Names. It's one of the most fun songs to play on guitar. But then you listen to my remix, it's not very different from the original with the exception of a new solo. So yeah, I would probably say I prefer the ones that aren't metal. What I really just kind of look for is something with a solid melody, because sometimes you get these songs that don't have a solid melody, and those are really tricky. Like Shadow Queen, even though I'm really pleased with how the Shadow Queen remix turned out, it was kind of hard because there's not really a defined melody in Shadow Queen. It's just like, because I kind of had to play on the whole, that little 8-bit thing that's kind of going in the background, the and then like there's the rhythm. It's kind of more atmospheric than anything. Those are tricky to remake, but like I said, I was very happy with how that turned out in the end. Have I thought about making a Little Big Planet remix, Gabriel? I think I have. Nothing on the plans yet, but I think I've considered that before. Because I think that's one of those games I see people request every so often. Chad is talking about more Undertale, but we need some Deltarune. It says Roblox. Well, I'll tell you an interesting fact. From the 2019 song ballot, I keep looking at the Kirby and like my shirt. It keeps rising up and then it makes him look like he's just like squished. Like this. Quit rising up, shirt. I'm fat. So from the ballot, there were a ton of Deltarune entries, as you would expect. Very little Undertale entries. Like, in comparison to everything else, it was just small amount of Undertale entries in the ballot. So I found that really interesting. But of course, Deltarune entries were just through the roof. So, fun fact for you from the 2019 song ballot. Any plans about a gaming channel, Sebastian? Oh, that's kind of what I use my Twitch for. I'm not about to be one of these guys. Like, have you ever seen these YouTubers that are kind of like rising a little bit? And then they're like, I'm going to start getting into game streaming. And then they do it for like a month and they stop. I don't want to be one of those guys. So, even though I kind of was when I did the Twitch thing. I do all my game playing on Twitch. I don't want to do it on this channel because, I don't know, it'd be kind of weird. But if you follow me on Twitch, I do only games on there. Maybe one day I'll play like drums on there or something, but or guitar. We'll see. But yeah, that's where I do all my gaming stuff. And I do want to squeeze in more of that. It's just that I've been really pressed for time with all the acoustic stuff I'm working on, SideQuest 2, getting GaMetal VIII together, and just everything. Normal songs as well. I should, Diego. I should redo that Contra stuff. Will you ever share any guitar tabs for your song, Birds Angry? This is a good question. I see a lot of guys that do what I do that have Patreon pages. They offer tabs as a reward. The reason I haven't done that, I don't think it's a smart idea for me to do it as a Patreon reward because very small amount of people actually play guitar and want tabs. But it's something I do get requested a lot, and I do want to make tabs, especially for the more popular songs, eventually. Maybe I can make like a book. That'd be cool. It's actually a good idea. So yeah, I do want to do tabs eventually. It's just with everything I have going on right now that I'm working on. Is my webcam... This looks like it's a little far. It was a little far to the right. Okay. It's bugging me. I kept looking at it. But yeah, I do want to do tabs in the future. It's just with everything I have going on right now, it's just been hard to squeeze in that extra time. Did any of your neighbors come to your door because of the volume of your music? Sebastian. Well, thankfully I live in a house now. Back in 2013. Was it 2013? I think it was 2013. Man, I could not play drums like hardly ever because we lived in... I had an apartment with a roommate. And we lived above people. And the drums would just drive them crazy. And I understand it would drive them crazy because it's freaking loud. Even with the electric drums... Like, the pedals, the foot pedals. Like, it would just sound like somebody is stomping on the floor above you, if it were to be above you. So I understood their frustration. So I barely got time to play drums. So when I moved out, I made it very top priority to move into a house rather than an apartment with my wife. And so thankfully, now that I live in a house and have lived in houses the past few years, I don't have to worry about neighbors, because I don't have the electric drums are not loud in a house. So long as, I mean, of course, people in the house are going to be able to hear it, but it's nowhere near the volume of real drums, which are just crazy, crazy, crazy loud, unless you're in like a soundproof studio, which I do not have the money for right now. Nuketastic Al, thank you for the 5. Johnny, if you want unpopular music to try out that isn't metal, you should do a song from the game Bastion or a medley for Oracle of Seasons / Ages. I will tell you this, I'm a huge fan of the Ages and Seasons games. I had those on Game Boy. Unfold yourself, Kirby. I had those on the Game Boy when they came out. I loved them. They didn't get a lot of love. I don't know if it came out kind of towards the end of the Game Boy Color's life cycle, but like not a lot of people have played them. And if you like Link's Awakening and you haven't played Oracle of Seasons and Ages, play them, because they're really, really good games. So yeah, that is something to consider. I'm not really familiar with Bastion, to be honest with you, but I'll see if I can check it out. I want an Oracle remake after Link's Awakening. Me too, Xhog. I was actually thinking that when Link's Awakening got revealed. I was like, I wonder if this means we're gonna get an Oracle of Seasons and Ages remake, because they deserve it. Possibly more so even than Link's Awakening, because most people have played Link's Awakening. Not a lot of people have played Oracles of Ages and Seasons. Are the best 2D games. They're like, if you want to say the Oracle games are better than Link's Awakening, I'm not gonna fight you on it, because you might be right. And then they had like the way they like you could play between the two games with the password thing if you beat one game. It's just really good games, I'm telling you. Really good. Kisharo, another 5. Time to ask the most important question of them all, and that is this: environmental noises GaMetal win. You all know it's the best VGM, clearly. It is. I remember when I heard it on Smash, man, I was just playing it over and over again because I was rocking out to environmental noises. The best song. Am I gonna play Jump Force, Alex Kuhn? I'm not really like a big anime guy, so to be honest with you, probably not. I'll look into some gameplay. I saw the reviews for it weren't too spectacular, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a look and watch some gameplay though, because I do want to see what some of these characters are about and what it looks like Yugi. Hype for 8. You're right, Acoustic. Hype for 8. Hype for 8. Let me thank some more people that have contributed. Already thanked Ivan, I think. Thank you, Adam. Shout out to you for the contribution for GaMetal VIII. Can we get an E? E. Is that what you mean? A song that is quite unknown and is not metal is Eldegan the Lionheart from Fire Emblem 4, which is Japan exclusive. Can't say I've heard it. There is one Fire Emblem song that blew out all of the other Fire Emblem songs on the 2019 song ballot. So I'm gonna see if I can get to that one for you guys, because like I was shocked at how many entries that particular song got. It's a good song too. What about Kirby Right Back at You? I'll think about it, man. Will you make a remix metal with Elder Shroob? Queen, please, is one of my favorite soundtracks. That's one that I've always kind of eyeballed a little bit, so I definitely wouldn't say that's off the table. Take it easy, Anthony. You have a good day as well. Thanks for stopping by. Can we get a T-pose? I can't fit my entire body on the screen. It looks like my arms are crooked. It's probably because I'm sitting slanted. There you go. If the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out and doesn't include the cross-dressing section, would you be disappointed? Sean Higgins. You know, I can't remember what that section looked like. You know, we live in a very different day and age now where people are kind of becoming woke to what can be acceptable or what isn't. So, I don't know. I forgot how that section played out, so I'd have to look at it before I could give you a true opinion. Nuke-tastic Owl with another 5. Thanks, man. Dimentio remix. Also, are we going to get the old albums on Bandcamp or Stone Temple Tower from Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask? The old albums are on Bandcamp. Do you mean like the 2013, 2014 stuff? That probably not, because it's very dated and I'm not very big fan of the sound quality on those. But what was I saying? Oh, old albums on Bandcamp. Or did you mean Spotify, iTunes? Because Spotify, iTunes, I kind of answered that one earlier, but I said like maybe it just would cost me a ton of money. Hey Jonny Atma, please read my last comment. The dazzling shell. It'd be like spectacular if it said like these nuts or something. I don't see it, man. You might have to post it again. Do I listen to Smooth McGroove? Yeah, man, I've listened to Smooth for a long time. I know he's kind of slowed down in the past few years, but or past year or so. Oh, you're talking about the old music before GaMetal V on GaMetal V. Sorry for saying V. I know some people that's like a pet peeve. GaMetal V on Bandcamp. Yeah, a couple people ask that every now and then. The reason I don't, like I just said, was I hate the sound quality from the 2013, 2014 stuff. So, but we're slowly reworking them back in the forms of remakes and remasters. Like Dimentio, the Super Dimentio one, that one's actually deserving of a remake. What do I think of other YouTube remix channels compared to me? Yours is the best, obviously. Thank you, Gabriel. I mean, they are what they are, man. Like, a lot of them are good. A lot of people like other people that are doing the same thing I do, and I support them 100%, man. There's no one. I will never sit here and say that a musician is bad, especially if they have a big following, because one, it's not cool, it's disrespectful. I have respect for everybody, no matter what they do, because there is always somebody out there that loves what they do 1000%. And so, yeah, man, I support those guys all the way. We're all in this together. So, do I like T-Series? Oh, you must be talking about the YouTube channel. It's like an Indian music channel, isn't it? I don't even know what they're about. How are the dogs? They're fine. They're actually laying down right now. I'm surprised they haven't eaten anything yet. They usually do every stream. What song is this? This is, whatchamacallit? Mining Melancholy. My iTunes froze, so I can't look at what was before this. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. What do my dogs look like? One looks like a dingo, and the other is a black lab. I don't know if I have... I don't think I have any pictures on here I could show you. Otherwise I would. Speedy Fox 4, I recognize you. I think you were in another stream. If you could compose the soundtrack for one game in an established video game series, which would it be? You know, that's tough, because I would want to say something like a new Final Fantasy game that's based on the style of the older ones, but that would be a lot of pressure. Like, people would just be listening to it and critiquing it like to the extreme. There's one dog. Somebody asked about you. Hey, Juby, Jujubee. Hey, come here, Jujubee. She's looking out the window. So yeah, probably that. I feel like that would probably be the easiest for me to do as well, because I just love the old Final Fantasy music so much. Oh, here's the other dog. You asked about the dogs, and they came into the room. That's crazy. Hey, Bear. Maybe I can get you a shot. Here we go. Here's Bear. He's Hey, Bear. No, he's laying down. Hey. Bear, they want to see you. Look. That's Bear. His full name is Lawless Bartholomew Bear. Oh, there's Juby. This is Jujubee. She looks like a dingo. We don't know what she is. She was a stray. She was a stray dog. My wife used to teach at a school, and there was a stray dog that they fed. She fed her like hamburgers and stuff from McDonald's. And when school went out for the summer, there was no one to take care of her, and people were like, "What's gonna happen to the dog?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we don't know. No one's gonna come by and feed her because school's out for the summer." And so she brought her home, knowing I wouldn't be happy about it because I kept telling her we can't get a dog. But I love dogs. I had a golden retriever before these two, and he died in 2010, and it was just like the most heartbreaking thing of all time. And I was just like, please don't ever get a dog. And she brought Jujubee home. And funny story, like a couple days after she brought her home, we went out, and when we came back home, the entire kitchen and half of the living room was flooded. She had gone behind the fridge and chewed up the little the tube that the water goes into to the ice maker. And water went everywhere. It was all over the floor. It soaked half of the living room carpet. We had to get the carpet replaced because it stunk because it was a wet carpet. It cost us like $1,000 to replace that freaking carpet. Water from the fridge was from that tube that she chewed up was shooting up in the air, and it landed on my laptop, and so my laptop got soaked. Believe it or not, it still worked. But it started working a little crappier that day. So, like, I was furious. I wasn't, like, super mad at her because I know she's just a puppy. Hey, come here. I'm talking about you and the bad things you did. But aside from that, she's a great dog, and I love her. Come here. Up. Up. Yo, you're not going to do it now. She usually gets up. Come on. Hug. Hug. You're gonna leave me hanging like this? There she is. I love my dogs. Okay. One kiss. One kiss. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay. Back to your questions. I love my dog so much, so when people ask about them, I go full force. Super Mario Maker Remix for the second episode on Switch. We'll see if the soundtrack has anything new. We'll see. Do you play Castlevania games? I've played the first 3. I played Symphony of the Night a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I did not play it all the way through just because, I don't know, I just never got around to it. But I should have. I haven't really played anything aside from those. Like, I did play a little bit of Castlevania 64. It was okay. But yeah, of course Castlevania has amazing music. Of course. Smash Ultimate main right now is Pit. I'm trying to get Ice Climbers to the level of my Pit because they're really fun. It took me forever to get good with them. But I'm finally decent with them. But I still have a few problems to work on. Was I a good student? Like in school? I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I slept a lot in school. I was kind of crappy in school. My shirt is compressing again. I'm getting old. Who do I think the DLC characters are going to be? I have no idea. I have a bad feeling for me. You know, you guys, I'm about to turn 32. So I'm getting up there. Like, I had no idea who Joker is. I've never played Persona. I've really only heard a few songs for Persona, and that's about it. That's the extent of my familiarity with the Persona franchise, is a few songs that people have requested and I've heard. So like when Joker was trending on Twitter, I was like, okay, Joker trending on Twitter. My first thought is Batman Joker. So I click on it and then I see people freaking out about Joker in Smash, and I was like, Joker from Batman is in Smash? And then like I looked and it was the Persona character, and I was like, I may have swore But it was not Joker from Batman. It was this Joker guy from Persona. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But so I have this feeling at least 2 more of the DLC characters are gonna be guys I'm not familiar with. So I'm gonna lean on the other 2. And a few predictions I have are these. I wouldn't take Master Chief out of the realm of possibility because Nintendo and Microsoft have been buddy-buddy lately. Now we have Xbox Live coming to the Switch. I mean, what more proof do you need than that? I wouldn't leave Master Chief out of the running. Actually, I have 3 others. Heihachi from Tekken, I think would be a good fit. Namco Bandai works on Smash. It makes sense. It's too hard for me to say Banjo-Kazooie. I'm seeing people say Banjo, and Banjo's a maybe. Sora's a maybe. Because I know we always talk about the licensing thing with Disney and Sora and all that stuff, but I don't see Sora being out of the realm of possibility. I'm leaning on Master Chief, Heihachi. Here's a curveball one I don't see a lot of people talking about. The Dragonborn from Skyrim. Why not? Bethesda loves to plug Skyrim to death. I know they're working on the next Elder Scrolls, but they still love Skyrim to death. Let's get the Dragonborn in there. He could have an awesome moveset. Let's see. There was another one I thought of, and it just slipped my mind because I saw the Banjo stuff. You will die in the Dante Hill? I guess Dante, I guess I could see that. I wouldn't be shocked. One curveball that, like, if you disagree with me, I understand. What about a Mortal Kombat character like Scorpion or Sub-Zero? And the reason I'm not sure about this one is because of the violence level of Mortal Kombat. But I could definitely see like a Sub-Zero or Scorpion in Smash. Obviously, they would have to be toned down to the extreme as far as the violence goes. But I mean, I guess you can kind of look at like Metal Gear Solid was rated. Was Metal Gear Solid rated M? And maybe Bayonetta is kind of in that risque category too. But everyone says Scorpion won't make it, but Mayo made it. Yeah, like if people disagree with me on the Mortal Kombat and Smash thing, I completely understand. Because like I said, I'm not sure how they would feel about having a character from a franchise that's main aspect is violence and gore being in Smash. But I could definitely say, like, I wouldn't be too shocked. Who was the other one I thought of and it just slipped my mind? I think I did talk about all of them. I think it was Dragonborn. I'll be so mad if there's a single Echo Fighter. Well, I believe they said that none of the DLC characters were going to be Echo Fighters, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody said that. I don't see Gino. He's kaput. He's gone. Game over. Game over for Gino. They have explicitly stated none of the DLC are Echo Fighters. Yeah, I recall hearing. If they didn't say it in the direct, they said it somewhere. What if Nintendo hired me to do music for future upcoming games? That would be freaking awesome. Tails the Fox. Well, another thing they said was that all the characters are from series new to Smash, so that kind of throws a wrench into a lot of things. It also kind of makes me think a lot of it's going to be third-party stuff, because at this point, we've covered most Nintendo franchises in Smash. What do I think about Smash 3 removing all FE characters? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm just playing. No, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not fair to Fire Emblem fans. Sakurai for Smash. Could you imagine if he's the last DLC character revealed? My dog's behind me. I know. We were just showing her and the other one off. Sheridan Carey. Any hope for Ace Combat? Yeah. Hope for Ace Combat. I will say that. I will say there is hope for Ace Combat. I didn't miss any of this stuff, did I? Nope. Just making sure. There's gonna be 3 Houses character DLC. We'll see. I wouldn't be shocked. How about a remix of Versus Monk? Maz Caution? I don't know who that is. Or what that is. What's my favorite soundtrack? Final Fantasy VIII. Or, not Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VI is my favorite game soundtrack of all time. It is what got me... I know it's a bit of a vanilla choice for favorite soundtrack. I know it's a bit obvious. Maybe even considered by some to be overrated. But it is the game soundtrack that got me into game music, into music in the first place. So, it'll always be my favorite. How can it be Final Fantasy if there are more than one? Well, perhaps it's the Final Fantasy in each respective universe. Because none of the universes are the same. Well, I mean, I guess if you consider, like the Theat Rhythm games. Theater Rhythm. Are you thinking of playing Final Fantasy IX now that it's on Switch? Yeah, X-Hog, that was asked a little bit ago, and I did say I am. I'm going to get Final Fantasy IX on Switch because I've been putting it off for years. Every time I bring up my love for old Final Fantasy, people say I need to play 9. And I think now I have a perfect opportunity to do so. Oh. Nintendo, bring back the fedora or I will riot. Maybe one day, maybe one day. My Kirby closed up again. It looks like he's keeping his mouth shut. We are missing some Kirby remixes. I know. We are missing some. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to fill it out. Eventually, we're going to do every popular Kirby song ever. In time, my friend. In time. Maybe during a May Madness song, can I have a fedora? I'll think about it, man. That's a good idea. Have I heard of Fossil Fighters? Yes, I have. I've seen a few Fossil Fighters requests, actually. Not like a lot, but I have heard of it. And I have heard a couple songs from it, and they were really good. So I'll say that much. How did Celeste do on the song ballot? Dominique. There were... It wasn't an unpopular game. There was one song that got more requests for Celeste than any others. So if I do get around to Celeste, it will be that one that was the most requested. Like, actually, I think it was only like... I think there were like 3 songs from the game that were requested, but 2 of those were only requested once, and all the other requests were for that other particular song. I should cover Animal Crossing for April Fools. I don't think Animal Crossing is April Fool's material. It's a bit, you know, it's not too far-fetched. I do need to do an Animal Crossing song, though. That's like a series I haven't done a song from yet that I should have. Diego, Clone Hero GaMetal pack is amazing. I'm glad you like it, man. Roy Knight did an excellent job. He sure did. And there are a few other charters in that pack that also did an excellent job. Can't wait for another one. He is working on the next one as we speak. And it's going to be coming this year. I think he said he wants to get it out by May. So yeah, for those of you who have been playing the GaMetal Clone Hero pack, there's another one coming. And it's going to be big again. Because when we do things around here, we do them big. Thanks, John. I'm glad you like the Kirby tunes, man. Where did I get that shirt? This shirt, which keeps folding up on me. It's a little small on me. A little small. It's squeezing all the right areas, though. It's if you look on the page for any video and you scroll down a little bit, there should be that merchandise thing. That it should have this shirt on it, and it should have the first GaMetal shirt on there as well. It's available. I've made them very affordable for you guys. I believe it's, what is it, $15 plus $4 or $5 shipping. They were on, this shirt wasn't on TeePublic, but the old one was. I switched to Teespring because, one, they have the partnership with YouTube and they can get that on the bottom of the screen for you. So it's far easier to for people to see the merchandise. And 2, I was able to make these a lot more affordable than on TeePublic. And it's a very good quality shirt. Very good quality. Have I had time for playing Deltarune yet? I have not Super Sebi, but now that it's on Switch, I'll see if I can get around to it. I've heard a lot of the music, though, and it's really good. How did I meet my wife? We went to the same school. So. Wasn't really any more exciting or interesting than that. We went to the same school. We were both in band. She was in color guard, and I played tuba. I guess there's a romance story there. But we didn't really start talking to each other till after we were out of high school. Or at least I was. Other than Cannonball, do I have plans for another Mega Man Zero song? Says, ya boy, Kirby. Yeah, man. Yeah. I do have another, not Zero, but another side Mega Man song coming up in the near future. But yeah, I will definitely try to get to more Zero stuff this year. Because a lot of people want more Zero stuff. It's that simple. And there were a good amount of Mega Man Zero requests on the ballot too, so. Oh, I missed a donation. Thank you guys for reminding me. I'm gonna keep looking. Like, sporadically. Red X Jason Cordray, thank you for the 2. Will you make more Bomberman covers in the future? I would definitely consider it. I need to hear more good Bomberman songs, to be honest with you. Leave them in the comments. I don't even know if any were in the ballot. Let me see. I'm interested. One. One Bomberman song in the 2019 song ballot. And it's one I know, though, so that's good. There are some good songs in the Bomberman series, especially the 64 games had good soundtracks. So yeah, I'll definitely consider it. We need something a little more popular than a Warship Noah, which is not a popular song, but it is a very cool song. Do I have plans to compose music for indie games? Redo Lane. I have worked on a couple of tracks for a few people, just guitar stuff. I did, let's see, I did one thing for T-Lopes. I did a guitar line for a game. And there are a few tracks I did for an indie game that's coming out. Again, not the entire track, I just did the guitar tracks for the composer. I gotta look back into that, see what that's coming out. The reason I haven't taken on, like, I think I've had a couple offers for some very small indie titles. The reason I haven't taken those is because I make a lot from GaMetal right now, and I would need something that would pay off for me to take up the time that would be taken away from GaMetal to spend on that. I mean, it wouldn't be like I'm not asking for a crap load of money here, but I make so much from GaMetal now to be able to live that it would have to be good enough for me to be able to spend my time on, to be honest with you. But I would love to compose a full soundtrack eventually. That's on my bucket list. And eventually that's something I'd like to get into full time, is just making game soundtracks. That would be sweet. I always pronounced it GaMetal. Is that wrong? No. That's actually the technically correct pronunciation. I just say GaMetal because it's easier for me to say, and if you say GaMetal, it sounds like gay metal. Nothing wrong with gay metal, but it just sounds funny, so I just say GaMetal. I've heard a few different pronunciations, though. I've heard the most interesting I've heard is GaMetal. I think UCog Monkey said that on his stream. He said GaMetal. GaMetal. I haven't heard of GaMetal. GaMetal is another one, but that's kind of more of a vernacular thing. When's that Let's Play channel coming, buddy? I just mentioned earlier I do all my gaming stuff on Twitch, so, and even that like isn't very often, but not anytime soon. What are my favorite games ever? Penguin Master. Final Fantasy VI will always be one of my favorite games and game soundtracks. That's up there. Super Mario RPG is up there as well. Smash Bros. I usually default to whatever the current Smash Bros. Is at the moment. Now that it's Ultimate, we can throw that up there. The other two are up for debate. I have a lot of good memories of Kirby Superstar, so that's probably up there too. Then maybe you can throw like another Final Fantasy up there. Maybe 4. I liked 4 a lot. Will there be a GaMetal tour? What do you mean, like in my house? Because my house is nothing spectacular. I don't have a huge house like some of these guys do. It's very modestly sized. Whew. How do I feel about the soundtrack of Bravely Default? It's an amazing soundtrack. You know, I've only done one song, but there's one or two other songs from Bravely Default that I keep meaning to get to, that I'm gonna try to get to this year. Would I do any Spyro themes in the future? Maybe. To be honest with you, I've heard a lot of the Spyro soundtrack, and nothing really clicked with me to where I wanted to cover it, but it's not off the table. Ever plan on playing live A Squared? Sometime in the late future. It's not on the immediate to-do list for me at the moment. It's not a priority. Excuse me. Because if I play live, I want to get a full band. I don't want to just be me playing to a backing track. I want to get the full experience for everybody. And that takes not only time, but also money, because I wouldn't be working on the mainline GaMetal songs as much, because I'd be having to take time to practice with people. Those guys need to be compensated as well. So it's a time and money thing, and right now I want my time to be devoted to making more songs for you guys. So, but live is definitely not off the table. Before everything is said and done for me in the GaMetal world, I definitely want to do a live show. Perhaps tour. I'm an introverted guy, so like, you know, I loved playing live when I did, but like, it's never been like something I need to do type thing. What surprised me from the Direct yesterday? You know, Mario Maker being a sequel rather than a port surprised me, and Link's Awakening was a bit of a surprise. No one saw that coming. Like, we can kind of see Mario Maker coming in some form. I didn't see it being a sequel. I just imagined like maybe a port plus, like a Super Mario Maker plus or full edition or something, rather than a sequel. So that was a surprise. And then, yeah, Link's Awakening. I remember we were in Discord talking when the Direct was going on, and when it showed the waves, I actually said Link's Awakening, LOL. And then we saw the shot of Link holding the ship, and I was like, oh wait. Maybe I'm not joking. So that was definitely the biggest surprise. I was expecting a Smash reveal. We didn't get one. I think we'll get one. They said spring is the time to be a Smash fan, so actually wouldn't be shocked to see a Smash Direct sometime in a couple months. And then we'll get a reveal. We didn't get a reveal, though. Music genres I like besides rock and metal. Man, I listen to a lot of different stuff. I actually don't listen to metal very often, believe it or not. I listen to like a lot of old stuff, like old classic, not just classic rock, but like old like top 40s and R&B stuff like that. New wave, I like Depeche Mode and stuff like that. What else? You know, back in the not early 2000s, the late 2000s, I was in a funk and R&B band, so that's practically all I listened to for a few years. So yeah, old stuff, old music. Am I listening to my own songs? Right now I am, because it's a Jonny Atma stream. But off stream, I listen to my stuff occasionally. You know, the thing is, when I record these songs and I have to review them to listen for mistakes and things to fix, I have to hear the same song like 1,000 times, and so I get sick of hearing it. So for me, whenever I record a new song, I tend not to, like, I listen to it a little bit on the day it's released, but then I'm like done with it for like a couple weeks. After those 2 weeks have passed, I can listen to stuff I've made and really critique how much I liked what I ended up with and thoroughly enjoy it. But around the time of recording, I just get so sick of hearing the same thing 1,000 times. What is my favorite Sonic game? Probably Sonic 3. Just have my best, fondest memories with Sonic 3. Sonic Mania was really good. Like, if you want to talk about what's the better game, it's probably Sonic Mania, but Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I guess you want to throw and Knuckles in there. Just to get the full experience. Can I do Galim and Darkron theme at the end of 2019? That's not a bad idea. Started with Lifelight. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I'll consider it. Can't guarantee it, though, but I'll consider it. Who made my little avatar? Well, I didn't make it, but he's a recolor from... he is a recolor, this guy, from the Red Mage sprite from Final Fantasy 1. And I just gave him dark clothes and what was once a purple feather and little stripy things on his legs are now blue. So I did make a few custom sprites for him if you look on the sprite. I don't know if I have the sprite sheet on the site anymore. I used to. But yeah, he's just a recolor. Thought about replacing him, but with a new improved original version, but we'll see. How do I record songs by yourself? What do you start with? My process changes every other year. Right now, it depends. Sometimes I'll start with the rhythm guitar, sometimes I'll start with drums. It depends. Sometimes I'll go back and forth between the two, but that gets tiring. Like I'll record a section and then play drums, or vice versa, and then do the next section. But usually drums is what I start with. Or what I really start with is making like a rough outline using like some MIDI file, or I'll take the original and cut it up and splice it up. If I want to throw in like an original section, I might record that on guitar, like a rough version of what that would sound like, just so I have something to drum to. Then I'll take that whole arrangement, drum to it, start throwing down some rhythm guitar, then bass, then leads, finish off with keyboards. That's the general process. Sometimes I change it up, but... Am I going to do another Miitopia remix? Maybe, maybe. There's still a couple great Miitopia songs we can do. Hardest cover I've ever done? I would say Stardream, for the mere complexity of all the synth and keyboard stuff in the background. It took me forever to get all that stuff together. Forever. Can I make the boss battle from Mystic Quest, Crimson Fall? Yeah, I would love to do that someday. It's actually probably better than Battle 1. But Battle 1 won a drawing, so. But still a good song. Silver Gamer, how long does it take to finish a song on average? This was asked a little while ago. Short answer, it depends on the difficulty of the song. Anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks. It depends. Medleys take me like forever. That's why I don't do too many medleys these days, because they take a very long time to do. Why do I make such amazing faces? There's a Steve Vai quote that I could pull up for you that would answer that perfectly. See if I can find it. Because he explained it better than anybody. And you know, I used to be very flat and monotone with my performance on video just because I was so focused on playing everything correctly, which was dumb. So Steve Vai says this: with me, the ham is cooking, as you can tell. I'm very animated, and it was something that I kind of fought through the years. Same with me. Because at one point, it was kind of odd when people would see it. They'd be like, what is that? And I used to feel I've got to do less, but then I just surrendered to what felt really natural to me and the body language. And the face, when it's connected to the note, it's entertaining, it's interesting, it's engaged. That's what Steve Vai said, and I think it's a perfect explanation for why not only me, but a lot of other guitar players as well make funny faces when we play guitar. Whoa, JMGO, I see you, man. You don't have to spam. I subscribed to Stardust battle music from Mario Party 3 on the last year's song ballot. Are you going to remix of it someday? Sorry for asking so much. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'll consider it. I'm still in the process of listening to everything because there was 1,400 entries. I can't listen to them all at once. I should do a Rayman song? We'll see. We'll see. Dodo Tom or Corn? What did I say? Tom. Dodo Com 64. Hey, Math King, you finally made it to a Q&A stream. Congratulations, man. I do these, I usually go a couple hours when I do these, so. Ooh, let me take a breath. My throat is starting to go. I don't sit here and talk all day, so whenever I do these streams, after about an hour, 45 minutes, I start feeling it right here. Like I get this tightness in my throat. I seem to remember Mr. Dark's theme being a highly requested Rayman theme in the past. I think so. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that in the comments. Still waiting for the day I make a Knights remix. I have Knights. I've made a Tragic Revenge. Unless you mean another Knights remix. Which in that case... hiccup, excuse me. In that case, it might be a minute. Any more Ninja Gaiden remixes? Yeah, I'd love to do more Ninja Gaiden eventually. Those are some of my favorite Nintendo soundtracks, the old ones. NES G.I. Joe? I don't think I've heard that one. Hey, Hero of the Emblem, welcome to your... I don't know if it's your first Jonny stream, but you said you made it. Where'd your question go? I lost it. Who do you really hope makes it into Smash Ultimate as DLC? We just went over this for like a solid 15 minutes, but I'm just assuming you were here. So just to recap that, my predictions are Heihachi, the Dragonborn from Skyrim, Master Chief. I'm not sure about the fourth. Maybe a Mortal Kombat character if Nintendo wants to go that route, but I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't. Maybe Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe, there's a few others people mentioned. Maybe Sora from Kingdom Hearts. We'll see. Those are my predictions. They're probably completely wrong, and maybe only one of those will actually be in. So, we'll see. Hell, maybe like Phoenix Wright. I could see him getting in. I mean, he was in Marvel vs. Capcom. Why not? You ever played a game with a bad soundtrack? Yeah, man. Crazy Bus? No, I'm just playing. There's a few. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know I have. What is my inspiration for my remixes? I mean, outside of just being inspired by you all. It's just I hear a song, I like it, I try my own thing with it. That's really it. I just try to do songs I like. Favorite game soundtrack in general, Kajel Van Dam, sorry if I said your name wrong, is Final Fantasy VI. Is my favorite, always will be my favorite. Like, something's gonna really have to go out of its way to top Final Fantasy VI for me. It's gonna have to, like, touch me emotionally and just, it's gonna have to make me cry. And I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. What was my reaction to Pokemon's business? What do you mean, King DDD? I mean, when I heard it, I was like, cool song. Crimson Fall, I just answered that a couple minutes ago. Yeah, I would consider the Mystic Quest boss theme. The Mystic Quest soundtrack is really good. What was my first impression, okay, King DDD, of Pokemon's business? When I first heard it, man, I was like, it's a rockin' ass song. Because, you know, I had the 8-bit thing. Pokemon's business is a really, really good song. Soma, I should do a FAQ post? I should, you're right. And that's something I've always thought about, and I just always forget about it. Can't blame me for Final Fantasy VI, Gaston. It's a good soundtrack, man. Like, I always tell people, like, I know it's an obvious pick, but it's what got me into game music. Any mashups? What do you mean mashups? Do you mean like what people do when they layer stuff, or do you mean mashing up two completely different series songs? Because that would be interesting, but I guess that's kind of what medleys do. Sort of. My least favorite video game ever? I'm looking at my shelf. at my game. That's a tough one to answer, man. I'm sure there's plenty of games I've played where I'm like, this sucks, but it's hard to think off the top of my head. Hardest game I've played, Ninja Gaiden's obviously up there. Man, a lot of the old stuff on the NES was just brutal because you wouldn't have save states. Like, you die and they would just start you all the way over from the beginning. So, a lot of the older NES classics. I'm not talking about remakes where they throw in saves. I'm talking about on the actual NES were tough because of that whole no continuing, no saving system that went on back then. If you decided to make a remix channel that is similar to mine, why would I be angry, Gabriel? Why would I be angry about that? No, of course not. I'm Brazilian, but I want to buy your t-shirt and some jackets. How can I buy? Crimson Fall. If you look on the Teespring site, they should offer shipping to Brazil. Let me see. They should. I don't see why they wouldn't. They should. Let me look. Okay, check into that for me. If you look, like I said, on the bottom of every video, there should be the merchandise thing, and you should see this shirt and the original design with the GaMetal dude. They should offer shipping to Brazil. I don't see why they wouldn't. But I'm trying to think. It could be a currency thing too, because I remember if there's a US dollar one, there's a pound or euros, whatever. If that's not, I'll look into it when this stream goes off and see what I can do. Yeah, arcade games were tough too because they wanted you to spend those quarters. Anticipated video game coming this year, Nintendo Rock. Probably Mario Maker 2. I'm excited about that. I've been putting off buying Mario Maker for years, and now that we have not only Mario Maker, but a new one at that coming to Switch, like, I'm all down for that one. I look forward to Link's Awakening too, but you know, it's a remake. I played Link's Awakening. I know what to expect. I will probably end up getting it, but any more Guilty Gear in the future? Yeah, Flameblade. I do want to do more Guilty Gear. There's another similar game I want to do that was a very high request in the ballot that we haven't done yet that I plan on getting to sometime this year as well. Plans on a Crash Bandicoot song. Yeah, I do want to do a Crash Bandicoot song too. One in particular that sticks out for me. That was also in the ballot. Roblox TV. Where did I get that guitar? So the Boo guitar, it's kind of far away. The Boo guitar is a Jackson DK2M. I bought it used. I stuck the Boo design on it. It was an idea I had. Actually, my idea was to make like a Boo guitar. Like, you know how there's the platform Boo? You know, I see you, Kishore. I'll get to you in 1 second. You know there's the platform Boo in Super Mario World? Like, I thought of that, and I was like, what if Boo was a guitar? And my initial design was just like a single Boo. And I was talking to my roommate, who artistically is a lot more creative than I am. And I was like, what do you think of this? And he was like, what if it's multiple Boos? I was like, that's a good idea. And so all of the Boos, except for one, which is a slight alteration I made, with the one with the crazy eyes and the tongue sticking out, were from the Mario Pinball artwork. And so I took that, and I made some adjustments, and I created the design that's on the Boo guitar. So it's a Jackson DK2 I'm about used. I also bought the Dean Vendetta 4.0. That one was used as well. That one actually plays better than the Boo guitar. But the Boo guitar still feels great. I am going to replace it with another Boo guitar. I wanted to do that this year, but I want to get like a top-of-the-line custom one made. That way I won't ever have to worry about buying another one for a very, very long time. Because the Boo one, it's starting to feel its age a little bit, but not too much. It still feels great. So yeah, they were both used, and the Boo one, I just stuck the decals on it. Blazing Phoenix, huge fan of your work. Thank you very much. Been very enjoyable as background music for my streams. Keep up the good work, man. Thanks for using the songs in your streams, Blazing Phoenix. Thank you. Do I know how to draw? No, I am just the worst drawer of all time. I cannot draw at all. I'm gonna show you my Kirby. Let's see. Here's my Kirby. Looks like he has a... I can't draw, man. I am just... Drawing has never, ever been my strong suit. I took art in high school, and, like, the best I can do is okay, but that's me, like, putting everything and lots of time into it. I can't draw, man. Don't follow the instructions in Adventure. Hello from Germany, welcome. Disruptloid VA. Finally made it to a stream, welcome. Never thought that would actually work. Huge fan of your music. I'm glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. For like 30 seconds, it wasn't half bad. One doesn't draw Mozart right out of the womb. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, don't get me wrong, you can get good at almost anything you put the time into, as long as you use that time correctly. But I do believe that some people are naturally good at other things than others are, and I have absolutely no natural skill with drawing, hence my terrible Kirby right here. I used to have some art like that I made in school that I saved. I might have thrown it away because this is old. I have it lying around somewhere. Maybe it's in the closet. Favorite superhero show? You know, I don't watch much TV these days. So it's been a while since I've watched any like superhero shows. I'm trying to think of one. Like I kind of watched Smallville a little bit back when that was on, but other than that, like I don't watch The Flash or Gotham or anything like that. Yeah, if you want to talk about Batman animated series, probably that one. But that's old. Do I like Astral Birth Void? Yes, I do. Yes, oh, Kishiro. Kishiro, you don't have to keep donating. But I do appreciate it. Last question. Which scrap tracks or OSTs from canceled games are your favorite? This is from Kishiro. Thank you for the 10 and the 5. Some of mine include Space Queens from Sonic Extreme and Genesis version of Time Tracks. Both in my opinion, are super good. I'm intentionally ignoring you to get donations from you. No. You know I'll answer you anytime, Kishiro. I'm trying to think. You know, that's a tough one for me to answer because I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I've listened to from a scrap soundtrack. Scrap game soundtrack, I mean. I remember hearing some of the extreme stuff though, and I can't think off the top of my head what the good ones were. Zachary, you are the goddamn best. Thank you, sir. I came here for your Cannonball Remix. Best work, if you ask me. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Zachary, hope you continue to enjoy future songs. Were you nervous to sing for the first time on your channel? What was the first time I sang? Was that Sonic Fan Medley or was it Dancing Mad? I think it was Sonic. That's what. I wasn't nervous. Before. Well, not before. It was back in 2013. It was around the time. I'm trying to think. When was I in? I was in a band called 12 Gauge Apocalypse where I did lead vocals. It was early 2010s. I was in that band, and that was the last live band, performing band that I was in, and I did lead vocals. So coming from that, no, I wasn't really nervous doing it. Not really. Singing is amazing. I'm glad you decided to sing on your channel. Thanks, Nintendo Nerd. I'm glad you like it, man. Like I always say, I know people are very sensitive to singers and people's voices. Songs with vocals across almost anybody's channel, unless of course they're a channel that always does vocal covers. Every time they do that, but aside from those channels, I mean, the channels that mainly do instrumentals, occasionally do vocal covers, they always get more dislikes. But the funny thing is, they're also some of the most popular songs on the channel. Some of my most popular songs are the ones with vocals. One of the most popular from 2017, One Winged Angel. Calamari Incantation, one of the most popular GaMetal songs of all time. Lifelight, the most popular this year, has vocals. Most disliked. So I know people are sensitive about vocals. So whenever I do see people say like, your vocals suck, or your vocals don't fit this, like, I'm like, I understand. My vocals aren't for everybody. There are people who sing, their vocals aren't for me. So I understand, man. Bet you them dislikes are pure jealousy. Maybe a few. But man, people are entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to slam them for it. Ever heard of King D Troll? That's my other channel. Also, is that not a problem for me? I haven't heard of it, Gabriel. I'm sorry. This stream has 5 dislikes. Oh man. Wonder why. It's because the stream technically has my vocals. Can I do a remix of a Kirby Return to Dreamland remix again? Yeah, we'll see. Return to Dreamland. That was the advanced remake, wasn't it? Or no, that was the I'm thinking of Nightmare in Dreamland. Return to Dreamland is the Wii one. There's the 3DS. Whatever. Whatever. I know which one you're talking about. Eric Jones, any more plans to work on Kenny Omega? Man, if he's down, I'm 1000% down. I remember when Kenny, he sent me a DM on Twitch. It was literally January 1st, the first day of the year, introducing himself and saying he wanted to use Hopes and Dreams. And I was just like, man, you don't have to tell me who you are. I know who you are. Please use Hopes and Dreams. That would be amazing. And he did. And man, that was awesome. If Kenny Omega ever wants me to do anything for him, I would do it immediately. Because he's Kenny Omega and he's the man. Ever went to theater class? No. No, I didn't. I'm excited for Mario Maker 2, Xenomaster. Excited. Looking forward to it. Jolteon, Black Mages. Do I listen to them at all? Always think of them when I hear your guitars and synth. Yes, Black Mages actually. When I started doing GaMetal, I wouldn't say in 2009, because in 2009 I was kind of aimless and just kind of doing stuff. But I would really say in 2010, I was listening to Black Mages a lot, and I really love not only their sound, they have more of a, like, when you listen to Black Mages, they're not in your face, super powerful, heavy metal. They kind of have like this prog metal feel to them, and it's a bit more like relaxed, but it still has intensity in some parts. It's a lot more dynamic. I love the Black Mages. I love how they arrange the songs to, like, they take the Final Fantasy songs, and the way they arrange them is more of kind of like a mainstream song style. And so I always loved that. And that's actually the basis for how I do a lot of GaMetal arrangements, was how the Black Mages do their arrangements. They kind of arrange the songs in the style of like a typical, I hate to say pop song, but really that's really what it is. That's the formula. It's kind of like the A, B, C, A formula, whatever, however you want to call it. You know, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, or maybe another verse, or verse, pre-chorus, chorus, so on and so forth. They do that with their songs, and that's really where I got the influence to do a lot of the arrangements for GaMetal remixes. So yeah, love the Black Mages, 1,000,000%, and they are probably the main influence for how GaMetal sounds. People keep screaming at me for a 2019 Marks remix, but I just did one, and I think it's good. Would I ever do Porky's? Yeah, I do. I need to do another Earthbound song this year. Need to do another Earthbound song. Can I dab for you? Sure. Here we go. There, I dabbed. Isn't dabbing out now? Are the kids still? Are they still dabbing? I thought that was out now. I thought I saw a lot of companies and brands doing dabs to be cool. Let me do it a couple more GaMetal VIII contributors shout outs. Thank you to Michael S. I don't want to say your last name in case you don't want me to. Philip, and oh no, your name is Russian, so I cannot say it. I'll say the beginning to your email, Mr. Glitch. I have no idea how to read. I'm assuming it's Russian characters. It might be something else, but I think I recognize one of them. If it's not, I'm sorry for that too. Mr. Glitch. That was the first part of your email. Thank you guys for the GaMetal VIII contributions. Whew, can I do Final Destination with Smash Ultimate? Yeah, there's going to be more Smash Ultimate. Don't worry about that. Smash Ultimate is what I'm playing right now. It's my favorite game I'm playing right now. So, you guys know I love Smash. There will always be more Smash. Do I collect Amiibo or have any Amiibo? If yes, which ones do you have? Which ones are you looking forward to get? You know, I tried not to go too gung-ho on Amiibo because that would end up costing me a lot of money because there's a lot of them I want. On my shelf, you can see in the videos, I have Dark Pit, the original Boy Inkling, Zero Suit Samus, Ryu, Waluigi, Pit. I said Dark Pit, didn't I? I think that's all I have. Yeah. That's all the Amiibo I have. But I want to get more, but I don't want to go too crazy and spend $200 on 20 Amiibo. King Alloy, I main Pit. Backups are Ice Climbers and Ganondorf. Do I have Kirby plushies? Yeah, I have the one you always see on the shelf, the Ninja Kirby. Of course, this guy hiding over here, and the boss Waddle Dee right here. That I don't know if he's in here. Alex B gifted this to me. Thank you, Alex. Gato, how many instruments do I know how to play? This was asked a couple times. It depends on what. It depends on if you mean how many can I play well and what you consider well to be. The main four you see in all the videos, of course: guitar, drums, bass, keyboards. I can play all those decently, I think. Tuba I played in school. Trombone I was okay at. Everything else, I don't play well enough to say that to count. Like I played violin in 5th grade, but it was super hard and I sucked at it, so it doesn't count. And then you have stuff like, of course, I could peck at a xylophone or a marimba, but, you know, it's not something I could play professionally. But because I'm familiar with piano, like you're familiar with the layout, so. Whew. We are, well, actually, we just crossed over the 2-hour mark. I'm going to go another 10 minutes or so, and I'll cut off. This has been a very... Time has flown this time. Kind of flew last time, but it's really flown this time. But my throat is going. It's getting there. It's leaving me. If you had a favorite character you would print costume on one of your guitars, what would it be? I think with how Kirby has played out for GaMetal, I think a Kirby guitar would be pretty cool. Aside from Kirby, I'm a big fan of Kid Icarus, Uprising, and Splatoon, so maybe something based on those. But gonna stick with the boos for now. The boos have been my thing. The boos have become a trademark. Not an official trademark, but people see the boo guitar, they expect Jonny. Any characters you would like to see removed from Smash? Only Jigglypuff. I hate Jigglypuff, man. I just can't stand Jigglypuff. So it was a fun stream. Take it easy, Kisho. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you for all your contributions you made in the super chat. You know you're awesome, man. Thank you for your mod work as well. Have you ever seen a channel that was inspired by me? There was the Waiting for Jonny channel back when I disappeared in 2012. Other than that, I don't think so. Ever thought about... I mean, I do get emails from people that say I influenced them to start doing stuff, but I can't think of their names off the top of my head. Kingdom Hearts songs will eventually happen. I know a lot of my peers are doing Kingdom Hearts stuff right now. But in time, I haven't heard the perfect Kingdom Hearts song yet. I heard one a while ago that I really liked, but I can't remember what it was. Would like to see a Waddle Dee guitar? Good luck from France. Thanks. I'm gonna butcher your name. Sonalan? Sorry, I tried. Sunnyland? Are you infected often with viruses, etc.? Super Sebi. Like, do I get sick a lot? That's what I'm gonna assume you mean. Nah, I'm fortunate. I don't get sick very often. Once or twice a year, I might get sick. If anything, I get headaches. That's my problem. How do you decide what song to do? How long do you plan out your song list? Zodiac. So the song choices come from Patreon and YouTube comments. With Patreon, I have the Patreon request list, and there are like a crap load of songs on that request list now, just because I've been fortunate enough to get so many patrons over the past few years. Excuse me. To get that list to the size it is now. So I use that a lot when I'm cross-referencing stuff, because, you know, that makes up a good chunk of my salary is those contributors on Patreon. So I always try to knock out two birds with one stone. I try to fulfill popular YouTube requests, and not only popular, but every now and then just obscure YouTube requests as well. I check the Patreon request list for things that match, and that'll be a song I do. The way I have Patreon's request list set up, I have people choose 3 songs they want me to do. I choose one to go into a drawing, and I choose one song personally, not from their list, but from the entire list. I handpick one song each month. A lot of times that handpicked song will be a popular request, or just maybe something I just want to do personally. But the songs I stick in the drawing, again, it'll either be based on YouTube requests, or just something I personally enjoy, or if I like all 3 of their songs they posted, I'll pick their number 1. So it's a combination of YouTube and Patreon requests, and now with the 2019 song ballot, I'm also using that for a lot of cross-referencing as far as what I pick from the Patreon list and what I'm picking off the Patreon list as well. So there's going to be quite a few songs this year that come from the ballot that aren't even on the Patreon list because they're just not there, but they're so highly requested that I have to do them. Whew. Xenoth Wise, or Exonoth Wise 135, gotten your butt kicked by a lot of my songs on Clone Hero. Absolutely love it. In regards to other artists, have you heard 16 in Mono's cover of Undertale's Your Best Nightmare? I'm familiar with 16 in Mono, haven't heard that Undertale cover though. But 16 in Mono is very, very good. By the way, GaMetal Clone Hero Pack 2 coming this year. Was I hyped for Metroid Prime 4? To be honest with you, I was never a big Metroid person. So, I'm happy for Metroid fans. One of these days, I'm going to get into the series, but I've neglected Metroid, to be honest with you. Not going to lie. The Elite, see ya, Jonny, but can you wear your fedora hat again? This gets asked every stream, multiple times. One day I'll wear it. One day. I can't wear it permanently now, though. The fedora has just been, the reputation of the fedora has just been ruined by the internet. Any chance? I have been playing Tetris 99. I played a little bit last night. I wished they kind of had like a guide to explain some of these things. Like, I don't know what a T-spin is. You know, I played classic Tetris. I don't know all these fancy new Tetris moves and stuff that you can do. So I wish they would have thrown in some sort of tutorial or something, because they just throw you right in with absolutely no explanation whatever to what's going on. So that's my beef with it right now. I kind of hope they do something to help with that. But yeah, it's fun though. It can be a bit unfair sometimes. Like sometimes, like I haven't got number 1 yet. I think the highest I got was like 17. Usually I place around 20 to 30s. But some games, like, you start off and like immediately you get hit by like it's like 5 people are focused on you and just throwing everything they got at you, like within the first minute, and then you just die, and then you place 80. Which character do I want in Smash the most? This is a little different from the what do I predict for the DLC question. Gino, but it's not gonna happen. Realistically, who would I want? following all the rules that we can go by based on what Sakurai and Nintendo have said via tweets and directs and all that, if we were to follow those rules and I had to pick one, I would be down for, because let's see, they said everyone's new to the series, or everyone is from a series new to the Smash series. So that leaves out like a lot of my favorite characters and stuff. Not Shaggy. I don't think Shaggy's getting it. So I guess I'm gonna look at. I would be down for Dragonborn. I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan, so that would be cool to see. That'd be cool to see. Everyone is a character new to Smash, not series. I thought they said series Mario, so I could I could be quoting it wrong. If that's the case, Gino. But Gino's technically not new to the series because of the outfit and the spirit. Bandana D, I guess, would be kind of cool. But, yeah, Gino's just the character. That's the only character I want. That's because I'm a big fan of Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG was one of my childhood favorite games, so that's a personal one. It's a personal pick for me. Hello, Beard Brother. You need to grow your beard. Okay. People always say this, and I always retort them with this. I'm not a tall guy. A little bit below average. And I'm being generous to myself. Because I'm not a tall person, if I grow a beard, I would just look like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. So I'm not about to do that. I think this suits me. I call this the old Avatar Aang facial hair because he just has this. And he's bald like me. If they accepted your character, like you mean the GaMetal guy in Smash, I'd be ecstatic, but man, their sales would hurt. Better Waddle Dees or Goombas? Well, Waddle Dees, of course. Goombas are dumb. New series to Smash thing was a misinterpretation. They just meant newcomers to the series. Okay, if that's the case, Gino's still kind of out. I just want Gino to be a playable character, man. That's all I want. But I don't think it's gonna happen to Smash Ultimate. Maybe the next Smash. Do you know Kyushu in Japan? I do not. Knuckles in Smash, not Knuckles and Knuckles? I can't take the hat off. If the hat comes off, then, like, everything is ruined. You guys know the deal. Every year, we set milestones, and if we reach them, I will do a hatless video. This year's milestone is 200,000 subscribers. If we hit that before the year is over, I will do a video with no hat. Hell, I'll make it even easier for you guys. I'll say 180,000. If we can hit 180,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I will do a video with no hat. Very fun stream. Hope to see what you have in the future. Have a great day. You too, Midnight. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Do you know who sang in 02? Are you BFFs? There, that was Edo Bean. I don't know if we're BFFs, but we're cool. Yeah, she did an amazing job. Are you by any chance bald? Yeah, I'm super bald. I'm as bald gets. Art style in Link's Awakening remake, good or not good? Xenoth. You know, I think it's fine. I think it fits. I'm surprised they didn't go the Toon Link route. That's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna make it a Toon Link game, kind of like Spirit Tracks and all that stuff. But no, I'm not shocked. I think it looks fine. Like with art styles, I tend not to be too critical when a series changes its art style for a game because I don't know. I feel like you get used to it. You adjust. For instance, when Wind Waker came out, people were up in arms about Wind Waker because they thought it looked childish, cartoonish, and stupid. And now people love Wind Waker. So, not saying that Link's Awakening's art style is gonna revamp the series entirely or anything like that, but I don't look into art style changes too much because we adjust. me adjust. What's the tattoo on my arm? This one is a sea serpent made of music instruments. Next to it is a cross. This is hard to do on camera. I had a friend draw this for me, and so you can see his tail ends with a guitar headstock, goes into a keyboard, which is connected to 2 drum toms, into a guitar fretboard, and then his head has a guitar on it, and his arm's a drum stool. My old roommate Nolan drew this for me. I gave him the idea, just let him take off with it and run with it, and this is what he came up with, and it's pretty awesome. Then you have the 4 aces, because I always have a trick up my sleeve. Zelda, Sacred Heart over here. I used to be a lot more religious than I am now. But where am I from? How many languages do I know? I know English. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. Navy family, so we moved a lot. We moved to Virginia. I was born in Memphis, then we moved to Rhode Island, Maryland, Virginia, back to Tennessee. I've been in Tennessee since like I was in 6th grade. So however old you are in 6th grade, that's when I moved back to Tennessee. So I've been here since. My mother is Hispanic, so I'm actually half Hispanic. And my father is white. But I don't speak any other languages. I can understand a very, very small amount of written Spanish and Portuguese. And the reason I say Portuguese is because I used to play an MMORPG that some of you may be familiar with called Tibia. And very high Brazilian population in the server I was in. And because I played that game for a few years, I actually picked up a little bit of of Brazilian Portuguese and how to read some of it. Not like if you type out a whole paragraph to me, I'm not gonna know what you're saying, but I can do a little bit. America must be massive. How do people get around? Yeah, it's not. The country is massive, but we just kind of stick to whatever state we're in, really. And then I guess you can really break it down into region, because all the regions are different. Here in the South, no offense to other Southerners here, but the South is a bit behind when it comes to a lot of things that is going on in the West U.S. and the East U.S. But, I guess we have that good old Southern charm. I also try to hide my Southern accent. Are Americans like always having vacation? It's like always super sunny and happy there. Ooh, buddy. It is, it depends where you are. It is not always super sunny and happy depending on what part of the U.S. you're in. Like, man, here in Nashville, it rains every other freaking day, and it's annoying. Florida, it rains, but like, it'll rain for an hour and then stop and it'll be sunny. I've never been to Seattle, but Seattle is supposedly super rainy. In the Northeast, it's super cold. So. Actually, many jobs actually don't have any rule about mandatory vacation. Oh yeah, as far as vacations go, you asked, do we always take vacation? So here in the U.S., some jobs give you a week every year, and some other jobs give you 2 weeks every year. You've got to have a really good job to get more than that. Because some places might give you a month if you've been there for a while. But most places I worked in the past, obviously, like I don't exactly have a freaking doctorate or anything like that. But I've either gotten a week or 2 weeks vacation every year, which really isn't enough. You need a month, man. You need a month. Have you ever played Pony Island? It's got a bopping soundtrack that you should totally cover. I have not played it, Captain Spooky. Super Mario Maker 2 streams with viewer levels of possibility after it launches. Yeah, Mario, I would definitely consider that. Definitely. Have I played Gunvolt? Yes, I have. I didn't play it a lot. Somebody gifted it to me, and I played a tiny bit of it. Haven't gotten back around to it yet, but I do have it. I do have a Zero Striker Gunvolt, if that's what you mean. It's really good and probably not what I think it is. I believe you. What would happen if Nintendo asked me for a musical cooperation? Salula? I would be 1000% down. If you like anime but don't want to upload anime remixes on your channel, then make a second channel called Animetal. You know, the people bring this up every stream, and then someone says Animetal. There is already an Animetal. And they do metal remixes of of anime things, anime songs. So, we've been beaten to the punch on that one. You want Gunvolt to make it to Smash? We'll see. Ever played or heard of Bug Fables? I have not. What about meme metal? I think I'll pass on that. Memes die too quick, man. Like, memes are so popular for like a month and then... Or anywhere from a week to 2 months tops is like the lifespan for a meme. And then it's old and then everyone hates you for doing it. I need to have a rock battle with the Dew? I'd love to see that. Who is the Dew? I'd probably lose. Dragon from Super High Divide? For April Fools. Consider it. Like I said, one song for April Fools I have decided on is going to happen. The other one I'm still thinking on. Movie metal? Yeah, a lot of movie scores are a bit too atmospheric for me. Oh, okay, guys, let's go. I actually went over what I said I was going to do. Let's go 5 more minutes. I'm going to try to answer questions from people I don't think I've answered questions from yet. And again, guys, if I didn't answer your question this stream, go to the GaMetalheads Discord. Link should be in the description. Yeah, it's right here. I'm looking at it. It's in the description of every video, too. There's an Ask Jonny channel. You can ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer it. Usually, I do it the same day. Sometimes within minutes. But yeah, if I miss you here, ask me there, and I got you. Hey, Alex! Any plans with what we talked about? Yeah, I'm gonna do that soon, Alex. It took me a second to remember what you were talking about, but yeah, I'm gonna do that soon. Very, very soon. Ethan Murphy, if I had to live in another country, which one would it be? I don't know. I have no idea. Because, I don't know. I would have to go visit places first and kind of feel them out. Good night, Super Sebi. Thanks for watching. Nation Plays. Will I make a Deltarune cover? Yes, I will. That's all I can say for now. Ever been interested in any Ratchet and Clank tunes? King Raikou or Raikou? Yeah, you know, we did Courtney Gears. And since I've done that, I've gotten more Ratchet and Clank requests, obviously. But I'll consider some more. I'll consider them. You like cheese? Do I like cheese? Julian King? Yeah, I love cheese. Please do Despacito disguised as the World Revolver. No, I'm not going to do that. Elias Sanchez. Any collabs? 2 players in mind. Yes. Yes. I say this every year, but I'm serious this time. I want to do more collaborations this year. And I already know a few guys that are down. Right now, I'm just trying to pump out Side Quest 2. Then I can focus on all that other stuff. Disreploid, how long did you need to practice to learn so many instruments? Years and years and years. I've been playing guitar for over 15 years now, so drums probably like I don't know, maybe like 10 years, but like those first few years was kind of on and off. Have I locked down some choices for Made Madness? There's a couple. I haven't locked down any yet, Alex. I haven't locked down any, but there's a few I'm considering. Gabriel, thanks to you guys, and thanks to everyone on YouTube and everyone on Patreon. I do not have any other jobs. I am able to commit to this full time. Thank you all for that. Will I do another album like Dreamland Invasion, Salula? Yes, I will do another game tribute album in the future. Haven't planned on one in particular yet. Well, one I kind of have, but before that, I have another project I want to get to before. So. Glad you like the Kirby covers, Bill. I think this is Bill. Bill Bolt. Any obscure series like Mario Party on the table? Drebbles. I guess Mario Party is kind of obscure because it's not really a game people cover songs from a lot. Yeah. You know, there's always going to be obscure stuff coming. Actually, the next 2 songs coming are pretty obscure. Well, especially the next one are pretty obscure songs. So yeah, always. Reynaldo. Gusty Garden Galaxy is definitely a possibility. Welcome back, GK. Alright, 1 more minute. Is Rashad EB a rival to me? No, of course not. No. We're all cool with each other. So I mean, I think we are. No, but anytime I've spoken to anybody who does what I do, all the other, not just metal game remix guys, but any game remix people, they're always super cool, man. No one is a rival. We're all in this together. You know, we just want to make you guys happy. In fact, I always encourage people to go check out other people like Rashad and Little V, Family Jewels, Insane in the Rain. All those guys. Please check them out. Subscribe to them. Appreciate them. Everything they do, they have poured their heart and soul into, and I know that firsthand. Let's take one more question. Let's take one more question that isn't a request or something I've answered already. TJ Bolton, hear me out. Night in the Woods. We have to answer him because he did super chat. Thanks for the 5, man. Night in the Woods TikTok. You won't be disappointed. Also, Drossia Soul. I know a lot of you guys want Drossia. I know. I hear you, Drossia fans. I hear you. Trust me. What happened to my camera? Oh, I moved it. I moved it too far. Why is it moving back? Stop it. It's like getting worse. Is Family Jewels the reason I haven't done any Necro Dancer cover? No, of course not. Like, I don't care what other people do. And I mean that in a nice way. I mean, like, I think it's awesome he did that. It's just like, as far as my song choices go, like, I don't look into what everybody else is doing. So no, like, just because somebody did a full album of one game doesn't mean I'm not gonna do a song from it. Cause like, look, for instance, in chat, everyone is talking about World Revolving, but I could probably name you 3 guys that have already done that. But I would still consider doing it because people still want it. People want different versions, and that is cool. What's wrong with having different versions of awesome songs? Take your time, Gabriel. I appreciate your support in any way. And I also appreciate you considering. All right, one more question. I keep saying one more question in 5 more minutes, and then I go over. Yeah, no problem, Dominique. Give the Waddle Dee some fame. I will do more Monster Hunter. Don't worry. Waiting on that one last excellent question that I know is coming. What favorite Joestar? I don't know what that is. Or who that is. I'm sorry, Joestar, if you're watching me. The Astral Chain music was awesome, what we heard in the trailer. would it be possible to get MIDI files of my songs? Well, most of the stuff I have programmed, like, it's not like everything, so it would sound weird. So, if somebody wants to make fan versions, and go all for it. Played Baldur's Basics? No, I haven't played Baldur's Basics. Okay, we're gonna end with this question right here. Okay, actually, that's a more in-depth question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate chip cookie dough. Here's the question we're gonna end with. Well, one of both of these. Gabriel, do I think of retiring at a certain age? I mean, eventually that time's gonna come, but I'm not really thinking about a certain number right now, but it'll happen. It's gonna be a while, though. I have all my life to do this now. Have there ever been moments where you scrapped a remix because you don't like it and don't know how to make it sound better? And this was kind of asked near the top of the stream, and I answered it. The question that was asked was, have I ever scrapped a remix in the middle of it? It's been a very long time since I've been working on a song and just stopped midway through and left it. Last time I did that was in 2013, and it was two songs come to mind. There were others, but these two were the last I remember in particular. There was Battle on the Big Bridge back in 2013 I had slap bass and drums. I had those tracks down, and I don't know, I just never went back to it for some reason. I started doing other stuff. So that one got left behind. It wasn't even really because I didn't like it. It's just, I don't know. I guess I wasn't interested enough in it. The biggest one I left behind was a full remix of Fight Against a Somewhat Stronger Monster from Super Mario RPG. I had drums, I had rhythm guitars, I had bass. I think I had some leads down. And I just didn't like the way it was playing out, and I was like, yeah, we'll just scrap it. So that's probably and unfortunately, I don't have those files anymore. It was on a hard drive that killed itself. The hard drive stopped working, so I lost everything that was made before like late 2014. So they're gone in the sands of time in my memory. But that's the biggest thing I scrapped as far as completion wise. More Paper Mario someday. Roblox. Not too familiar with Conquer Hammer Pro. We Are Number One, I think, has been done to death. Rest in peace, Robbie Rotten's voice actor, or not voice actor, but actor though. Alright guys, that's all for the day. It's been 2.5 hours. I think we actually went longer than last time. Just to recap. See if I can make this flash on your screen. GaMetal VIII is out. It is free. I just, right before the stream started, I just bought 1,000 more free download credits for you guys. If you download the album in its entirety, you get 4 bonus tracks. A remaster of Cossack Citadel, which was on GaMetal V. A remaster of Gangplank Galleon, which was also on GaMetal V. An instrumental arrangement of Unknown From Me, and a vocal arrangement of Death to Squishies, the Courtney Gears battle theme. So if you download that album in its entirety on Bandcamp, you get those 4 bonus tracks with it. It is completely free. It will always be free. There's an option to leave a contribution or a donation if you'd like. If you do, I appreciate it. If you don't, I understand. That's cool too. It's free for you guys, so leave what you want. Yeah, that was really all the news I had for the day. Aside from Side Quests Volume 2 is in development and hopefully will be done next month. If you are a Patreon patron, you will get all 10 of those songs before everybody else does. So, yet another reason to consider becoming a GaMetal patron. Please do. It helps me out greatly. Atmacoustics channel, link in the description, is going to be more active this year, especially after Side Quest 2. I will try to be more active on Twitch. There is a GaMetal Discord. That is all. Go download GaMetal VIII, get all the 2018 songs. Go listen to the ones that you weren't familiar with, because I promise there's some songs that you were not familiar with from last year that you probably skipped on. Shame on you. But I believe that most of you didn't. But for those ones you skipped, give them a try. You might really like them. That's all I got, guys. You all have a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it is, where you live. I appreciate you all very much, and thank you for everything you do for myself and the GaMetal community. Enjoy GaMetal VIII and its bonus tracks. I'll see you next time. Next stream will be when Side Quest 2 is done, by the way. And boom! Oh, I always do this. Do it every time.